Welcome to the learning module of the reusable face mask. The face mask consists of three components: the mask cloth, the side beading pieces, and the tying strings. To make masks in bulk quality, it is essential to make out a cardboard pattern of the above pieces. Place the scale on the edge of the cardboard and make a point of 9 inches for the width. Now place the scale perpendicularly and make a point of 7 inches for the length on the cardboard. Draw a line joining the 2 points. Now place the scale on the other side of the 7 inches point and measure 9 inches downward for the width. Repeat the measurement marking of 7 inches at the bottom of the cardboard. Draw the lines for cutting. We have the two sides of the mask pot pattern drawn on the cardboard. Using a good knife and a metal scale, cut the drawn lines. First the 9 inches side and then the 7 inches side. Be careful while using the knife to cut. We have the mask pattern ready. Let us now mark the outlines for the side beading. The length of the beading is 5 inches. Placing the scale on the edge of the cardboard, a point is made for 5 inches and another point is made for the width, that is 1.5 inches at the top and bottom. Draw a line meeting the two 1.5 inches. After making necessary lines on the cardboard, the pieces are cut using a knife. It is essential that one should be very careful while using a sharp knife. The next component is the tying string. They are 36 inches in length and 1.5 inches in width. The tying string patterns are now marked using a pencil. Using a long scale, the length is marked first. Since the tying string is a long parallel piece, we can make the pattern for half of its length. Hence, we may make a tying string pattern with 18 inches in length and 1.5 inches in width. The width of 1.5 inches is marked and drawn. The width is drawn at the bottom too. Using a long scale, the other side of the pattern is drawn using a pencil. Now, using the same sharp knife and a metal scale, the pattern is cut for the tying strings. One should be very careful while cutting with a metal scale and a sharp knife. Be careful not to injure your fingers. After cutting the length, the width is cut. A point is made at 4 centimeters from the top on the length of the mask pattern. Similarly, another point at 4 centimeters is made from the bottom on the side of the mask pattern. From the top point, we measure 2 centimeters on the side and make 4 points at a distance of 2 centimeters each. Now we have 6 points on this side of the mask pattern. Similarly, we make the same 6 points on the other side of the mask pattern. A point is marked at 4 centimeters from the top and another point is marked at the bottom. Similarly, 4 equal points are marked at a distance of 2 centimeters each. So now we have 6 points on the other side. Using a sharp knife, small notches are made at the 6 points on one side. These notches are not very deep but big enough for marking with a pencil. These notches help in making the pleats in the cloth. The 6 notches are marked on both sides. Let us place the cloth on the table. The mask pattern is now placed on the cloth. Any side can be chosen first to be cut. It depends on the convenience. Using a sharp cutting knife, the cloth is cut along the pattern. This has to be done slowly and carefully with a good sharp knife. Care should be taken so that there is no injury due to the sharp knife. After cutting the length, the width is now cut. While the sharp knife is cutting the cloth, the other hand should firmly hold the pattern sheet so that it doesn't slip. This might cause injury. Now, the last side is cut similarly with care. The pattern sheet is kept aside and the cloth is checked. Now, the pattern sheet is once again taken and placed on the cloth. This is to make the point on both sides of the pattern on the notches. Use a pencil and mark the notches on the cloth. So this helps in making the necessary pleats properly and maintain uniformity. It assists in pleating the cloth properly. The side beadings have to be cut. The small beadings are placed on the cloth and marked. Since we need 2 beadings, 2 markings are made. Using the knife, cut the beadings from the cloth. The straight lengths are cut first and the sides are then cut. Now we have 2 pieces of the side beading. The tying string cloth should be cut now. Since the pattern is half of its length, we fold the cloth into 2 and place it for cutting. Placing the pattern on the edge of the cloth, a sharp knife is used to cut the component. Here again, care should be taken to cut cautiously. The cloth may sometimes slip out or get wrinkled. After cutting the sides, the tip portion is cut with same care. The cloth is now unfolded and checked if the cut is proper. Similarly, the other string is cut by placing the pattern on the edge of the cloth as done before. A pencil is used to draw the edges. This helps in cutting without any hindrance. Using a sharp knife, the straight line is cut on the cloth. After cutting the lengthwise, the tip is cut now. The cloth is unfolded and checked for proper cutting. The mask cloth is spread and ironed to remove creases. Check the pleats marks on the cloth. We should check if there are 6 points marked on both sides. The topmost notch on both sides of the cloth are picked, placed on the second fold and pressed with a hot iron. Now, for the second fold, the third points on both ends of the cloth are picked and placed on the fourth point. It is then pressed with a hot iron. For the third fold, the fifth points on both ends of the cloth are pinched, placed on the sixth point and pressed with hot iron. Now, the side beading is placed on the folded mask piece. It is stitched together on one side. This also ensures that the pleat is permanently folded. The second beading piece is placed on the other side of the mask cloth and stitched together. This way, the pleats remain as we had ironed before. The side beading is turned over and creased properly. The edge of the beading piece is double folded and stitched. This ensures no frayed edges. Similarly, the second side of the beading piece is also double folded and stitched. This way, no loose threads will be visible. The extra pieces at the edges are properly trimmed along with the loose threads using a scissor. Now, the mask cloth is folded at the center and a mark is made with a pencil. Both sides a center mark is made. The tying string cloth that was cut is also folded and a mark is made at the center using pencil. The second tying string is also folded and a center mark is made with a pencil. Placing the string cloth on the mask piece, it is stitched edge to edge. Now, the tying string is folded at the edge and double folded on both sides so that no frayed edges are visible. It is slightly creased with the hand and now stitched. A perpendicular stitch is placed at the tip of the string and is now stitched straight line. At the junction of the tying string and the mask cloth, care should be taken while stitching because there are two components and it is slightly thicker. The other side of the string is also folded so that the edges are not visible and stitched in a straight line. And at the end of the string, the tip is folded inwards and a perpendicular stitch is stitched. This procedure is repeated for the other side of the tying string. The tip is folded and the length is then double folded so that no frayed edges are visible. First, it is creased properly so that stitching is much easier on the machine. It is stitched at the tip, a perpendicular stitch, and the tying string is stitched lengthwise. Here also, care should be taken while stitching at the junction of the tying string and the mask cloth because it is much thicker at that point. It is better to pause at regular intervals during stitching so that the quality is maintained. The remaining tying string is stitched lengthwise and similarly at the end the tip is folded inward and the remaining stitch is stitched. At the tip, a perpendicular stitch is stitched. Loose threads are cut and the mask is now ready.